Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom. Chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage stitches through his threads of the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind.
Like the story of Dracula, or at least his origin story, as a tragedy.
We take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg exposed. Marvel the DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. We're the narrators of myths.
Oh my god.
Wow, holy shit, shapeshifter. The shapeshifter.
Open the doors, it's the super breakdown. We're cracking the code.
Let's touch on Blackheart real quick. We just some shit and get.
From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride.
Yo, yo, yo. We are back at it again. What's up, everybody? Woo! Man.
What's up?
We had to skip. What's up, man? We had to skip a week. I had my daughter's first birthday. Oh man, she getting big, and it's hurting my heart, man. It's hurting my heart.
Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Triage, thank you for attending. Jay, I know you would have been there.
Absolutely.
Man. So it's been fun. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to the Super Breakdown. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the Dark Legacy himself, Jason M40. My guys, what a insane last month coming from the Marvel compound. Like,
yeah,
they're rolling right now. I feel like they wouldn't be going this hard and doing what they're doing with the promos and stuff like that if they didn't know that they had some hot shit.
Well, thank God George about some hot shit. Everything else has been mediocre at best.
Yeah, they better have some hot shit. You're absolutely fucking right. This movie better blow us out the fucking water. Like, I need Captain America calling Mjolnir to his side type epicness throughout the entirety of the movie. Not just here, not just there. No, I'm talking about that response that we got, that we gave, because I'm gonna say I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of the people that freaked the fuck out in the theater.
Oh, me too.
When we saw Captain America wielding Mjolnir, I need to be
the moment we
level.
saw the hammer moving upwards, being picked up, and we didn't know who was picking it up. We knew it wasn't Thor.
Yeah, but from the moment that the camera pans back and Cap with the broken shield, with Cap with his shield catches Mjolnir, I need that level of hype the entire damn movie. Or I will not be satisfied.
The Endgame was really, really good at creating, like for me at least, when I saw it, it felt extremely nostalgic.
Yes.
Just because it helped you feel that way, because it was such a long running with these heroes and the journey that they had to get to the point where they were all at. And you felt that with them. You know what I mean? Marvel was really good at helping you feel that. And
absolutely,
that type of feeling, that nostalgic, they're going to have to work really hard to top or match that.
I agree. One second. Let's go to the comments. Kevin Davis, 8646. Thank you for tuning in. Do you think Kevin Feige will step down from Marvel Studios? No. I absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not think that he will be stepping down at any point in time. At least if Doomsday in this final run does as well as they expected, then he's not stepping down. They may talk about that if everything that we see in his next run is, basura. If it is continuously mediocre like all the other projects we've gotten up till now, maybe. Also asked, do you think Ryan Coogler is going to win Oscars for Sinners? To be honest, I hope he does. He 100% should, but he's been getting snubbed in a lot of areas that they really shouldn't be getting snubbed. But yeah,
that show was too pro black.
Yeah, it was way too pro black. Way too pro black. They're not. I don't. The Academy's. I don't think the Academy is going to let it, even though it completely smashed barriers and completely outdid almost every other movie that came out within its month. I don't think so. I think it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I think a lot of people were upset about it. I want him to. He 100% fucking deserves it. Fucking Michael B. Jordan deserves to get 2 Oscars for for best leading role. They give that man 2 Oscars, one for Smoke and one for Stat. But yeah, so speaking of Michael B. Jordan, real quick, y'all think they're gonna slip Killmonger back in?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it does. It would make sense. But obviously they're gonna have to do a really good job at making it make sense.
Well, because all the buzz on the internet is that I forget my homeboy's name from Snowfall, that he's supposed to be the new T'Challa.
Something Idris. Last
name
Idris. Yeah.
So that's
because he's supposed to be there. There's rumors of him playing Toussaint. Oh, Damon Idris. Thank you, Kev. Do you think perfect? Do you think Letitia Wright is going to stay Black Panther, or Damon Idris is going to? I don't think. I'd be
very surprised if she stayed on as the Panther. Very surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I feel like it would be her stepping down and relinquishing the title to Toussaint, and handing over the mantle to Toussaint.
Well, there are 2 big things with that. One, while Shuri is royalty, Shuri's already shown that she's not necessarily the best leader. That's one. 2, the Panther also is a warrior, and it's like Shuri's a scientist.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very true. She's like literally the Brainiac.
Yeah. So I can, I see her like, oh God, okay, here, take this back, take it back. All right, let me get back to doing it because, like you said, we already, within the last teaser trailer. What's up, Lady Mandalore? Thank you for tuning in. Damon Idris. That's what his name is. I 100% agree. I think because we see in the last teaser that at the end of Wakanda Forever that she forfeits the mantle of king over to M'Baku,
which is fucking wild.
Insane. Yeah, that man, he's a fucking madman. He's a madman, but
he's awesome. I love him.
But he's also a great leader and warrior, which is what Wakanda needs right now.
So I got very mixed feelings on that. So while I love Winston Duke's portrayal of M'Baku, that's not the M'Baku I grew up reading about.
Yeah.
So you're talking I kind of take issue with it. And then the other thing is too is like the Jabari are Wakandas, but the Jabaris are, I don't want to say outsiders. They're not loyalists to Bass. So it's like
that part is very true.
They don't pray to Bass. Like you always hear them say glory to Hanuman, and it's like they worship the 8, but they don't worship Bass. So it's like it's weird to me that they would vote him in as leader of Jabari, let him be the king, knowing full well that their deity, their god, is not someone he worships. So that's weird to me.
Oof. Oh wow. Damn, I didn't really think about that, but that's a good point. Lady Mandalore makes a good point too. She says, Shuri lacks as much experience compared to T'Challa, but to say she's not a fighter downplays her role. No, not saying she's not a fighter. Not at all. She is most definitely a fighter, but there's a difference between her being able to throw hands, defending herself. Scientist. Yeah, but there's a difference between her being able to throw hands and defend herself, and then being a true warrior, because that was one of the big problems with her becoming Black Panther in the comic books. Bast did not give her the blessing because she was such a scientist and she didn't believe in Bast. Right?
Killmonger literally addresses that in the movie. Why'd you take the herb? It's my family. That's bullshit. Like, no. Mm-hmm. He calls that immediately. But like, no, I'm not saying that Shuri can't handle herself. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Shuri is not a warrior. There's a difference between being a fighter and being a warrior. Just like when Killmonger fights T'Challa, Killmonger whooped his ass. That's another thing too. In 40 years, T'Challa has never once beat Killmonger in a fight. Not on his own.
Yep. And it was because Killmonger is a warrior. He was forged. The Dora Milaje, they are warriors. They're forged. They eat, sleep, and breathe the protection of Wakanda. Eat, sleep, and breathe that warrior mentality. You know what I'm saying? But that is a possibility. The Dora could have brought her in and trained her up within that time, because we're seeing a new suit, and somebody pointed out that her suit looks like it's mixed with the Atlantean vibranium. If you look all their suits, it's black, gold, and blue. So it does look like that.
There could be vibranium in it.
No, it just 100% vibranium. The whole suit's made out of vibranium. But specifically, the Atlanteans had their own vibranium that had fallen to them, and they could pull it as, you know, the vibranium felt was in the water for so long that it took on new properties or something like that. Maybe the blue vibranium in the suits maybe lets him breathe on the water or some shit like that. But that's a lot. Hold on, let's jump back up to Kev real quick. So Kevin says, do you think James Gunn is going to stay at Warner Brothers if Netflix acquire Warner Brothers? He has to. They're already shooting Man of Tomorrow, the sequel to the Superman.
Well, my thing with that is that, first and foremost, I'm not blown away by James Gunn to begin with. I'm gonna get that out of the way.
Agreed. I feel like some of his best superhero work to me thus far has been Guardians.
But even then, like, what made the Guardians so cool? The fact that the Guardians were just that badass? Was it the humor along with the story? Was it just really well written? Was it the actors portraying the characters? Like, there's a lot of moving pieces to that, and it's like,
agreed.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think, like, Star-Lord overall as a character, were you really blown away by him?
No. I wasn't blown away by any of the characters. I feel like it was the movie itself, the writing,
the music,
the cinematography, the CG work was all amazing. Sorry, I'm eating nerds right now.
I think like just the fact, like, I think he did a good job with his portrayal of different beings throughout the galaxy, like just normal like people, like all coming together, but being able to do really incredible things.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know, the creation of all the other creatures, and then the portrayal of all the other creatures within the universe. You know what I mean? And like I said, majority, and having most of them just be regular ass people just trying to fucking survive and live. I thought that was good, but James Gunn, I feel like I'd rather him stay on just to see what he did, and he'll end up getting more work too, because they're probably going to bring him on to do a bunch of Netflix shit too. But back to Doomsday. Back to Avengers in general. when it comes to we see the Wakandans. Well, no, let's go back and let's talk about the first teaser that they dropped. The first teaser they dropped is Steve Rogers will return. They specifically say Steve Rogers. They don't say Captain America, right?
Well, the mantle no more.
Yep. And so
we all know Captain America's black now.
Yep. We see him holding a baby, holding his child. So from that's like, okay, that's nice and cute. So how is he going to do that? How is he coming back? He got a baby. Him and Peggy had a baby. But then you got also a thing about the ramifications to possible timelines. So somebody brought that up to me the other day, and I'm like, I don't really think there's going to be any ramifications from that besides, another person in that world that's a badass. Because technically, in the timeline he's still on ice. He's still on ice.
He's technically in 3 places.
Yeah.
No. Only two. He's in ice and there. Because remember, the one that came out of the ice and did everything that we saw leading up to there, that's him. He's not the one on the ice. So only 2 places right now. Is there a third?
Well, I say the third because, they keep hinting at the whole thing with him being the Hydra agent.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't fuck with that. No, there is a
possibility. I can't co-sign that one either. Nah, it's not
me. Nope.
No, because as long as he changes his name, assumes a whole nother identity, he's fine.
I think Loki is going to be able to do certain things that may help us navigate what we're seeing.
Hold on, I got a theory about that, about Loki. So I want to spin the block on that one in a moment. Because I feel like Loki's going to play a very big role in this, in going forward in Doomsday. But
I only brought that up as an explanation on seeing Steve Rogers again, being able to. It's just one thing. It's just one idea.
Yeah. So my question is he going to? All right. So remember when in Avengers, in the first Avengers movie, when he first goes back to see Peggy?
Yeah.
And what does she say? You're back. And you don't look
left.
Yep. And he says, I never left. And in that moment, we were thinking that, that's because that's because he went into the ice and she didn't see him all, and now he's back. What if that could have been, you're back, being like, from
her having a lucid moment, yeah.
No. Him leaving and going back to help the Avengers. So they settled down, they have their life, they have their kid or whatever. Shit goes to shit. He has to go back to the future and help out.
So you're saying what we saw was the future.
Yeah, what we saw her saying, you're back, it wasn't her talking about, you're back out of the ice. It's, you're back from from the future.
Could be. Good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna make my head hurt.
Yeah, time travel. Yeah, but that's what she could have been talking about. Because technically now the timeline has changed to the point where he spent life with her, right? And so now he had to leave to go save the world again, and now he's back all these years later. Because Peggy dies at the beginning of Age of Ultron. She died
at the beginning of the Civil War.
Oh, beginning of Civil War, yeah. At the beginning of Civil War, right? So, like I said, all that time that she was talking about, you're back. It really could have just been her talking about this is her first time seeing him since he left to go save the world and went back to the future after they've had their kid and stuff like that. That would be a really cool because a little time paradox, which means let's see, if I'm looking at the timeline, his son, then I believe within that time frame there would have been from his child, because we don't know if it was a boy or a girl. From his child, there would have been what? That's one generation, about 3, maybe 4 generations.
Because you figure that it was after World War II. So let's say, for sake of argument, that the child's born in the 50s. So yeah.
Yeah. And then we find out that Sharon is Peggy's niece. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Sharon?
Yeah.
Because we also got to get back to her, because kind of found out she's the fucking shadow broker. So we got to get back to that.
Oh, don't get me started on that bullshit.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. Her ended up being the benefactor, being the shadow broker in the end. That
Made my balls itch.
I was about to say, took the words out of my mouth. But so we got to get back to that. So I'm interested to see like what's gonna happen and who's gonna bring him back. Who's gonna pop to the past like, yo, Steve, we need you. You know what I'm saying? Or is it going to be a thing of Doom warping a bunch of these heroes' minds and forcing them to fight each other? Battle world.
We know that Doom is going to be collecting a lot
People.
of people to his side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we kind of have an idea of who versus who. Ish. But we don't know how.
Exactly. That's a big part. We don't know how. And I think that right there is the exciting part for a lot of us. The how.
Yeah.
How is all this gonna work? And then now we jump forward to the second teaser. Second teaser, we got Thor. This one I think is gonna also play a big role too. Because it looks like in that teaser, it looks like Love is sick and she's dying. And we also remember Love is the child of eternity. Right? Was it eternity that at the end of Love and Thunder at the end of Love and Thunder where Gore makes his wish?
Yes. But she was Gore's child.
Yeah, but she was only brought back via eternity. So that's
yes, I hear what you're saying now.
So essentially, she's a child of Gore and eternity. Because listen, we all apparently, according to the new writing of things of certain characters, we know that eternity can have children. We're not gonna touch on that. We're gonna keep blowing past that shit. Dumbass rewrite to an amazing character's origins. Anyways, but we see him walking through the woods, and we see him kneel down and begin to pray to Odin, asking. And one of the things he says is for him to give him the power to bring Love back, to bring his daughter back. So I'm interested in what that means. Does that mean that she passed away? Or does it mean that Doom took her?
Well, we've already seen that if Love can wield Stormbreaker, that Love has a phenomenal amount of power.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says the willpower and strength it takes to wield that damn axe and how it would cause your mind to split in two and how you go slip into insanity and all this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when Rogers catches it in the final battle, he goes, no, here, you give me that. You take the little one.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to be able to wield that shit and wield it with no consequences, that shows a certain level of strength that she has. So that implies already that she's phenomenally powerful. And they never explained the whole thing with her having like the heat vision and everything else. So like she's probably potentially phenomenally stronger than what we know. Let's not forget, we were supposed to get a whole nother Thor movie by now, and we didn't.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm happy though. I'm glad about that. I'm not fretting that whatsoever. Give Thor some downtime because
I agree.
First Thor movie, solid. Dark World, not so much. And
you don't expose like one of your best weapons too often.
Yeah, because even then, Thor is the strongest Avenger.
Oh,
Air quotes, the strongest Avenger. Just because he's a god doesn't mean he's the strongest. We've seen that many times over. But like I see, and then like within that prayer, a lot of people were thinking that we're about to see the strongest possible version of Thor, that being Rune King Thor. So that I'm interested in seeing that.
It's going to be very unique. I mean, we talked about this right before the podcast. We know that Doom uses runes as well. I think this is just my personal like idea. The runes could be like what the Infinity Stones were, but from another multiverse. And if Thor has runes, then Doom has runes. Like, that could be crazy.
I see. Brothers, I'll be right back. Go ahead, keep it going.
Copy that.
What
Yeah.
do you think?
So I think as far as like him collecting people, we don't know that Wanda's dead. We don't. I mean, we've heard the rumors, but they haven't been necessarily confirmed as far as I know. We already saw the whole thing with Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's doing the whole battle world thing, if anything, like, why would you not take the greatest soldier in history if you knew where he was and knew he was still alive?
It's true.
Like I said, this whole thing with him being the Hydra agent, like, I could see Doom creating like his own offset of Hydra and then putting like Steve in charge, like in that episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Hydra ran the world with the LMDs.
Yes.
So I think it's a possibility.
I mean, I completely see what you're saying. Like, we don't know. I mean, we just don't know.
I don't know. So what did I miss?
We were just simply talking about Triage touched on the fact that if Doom's idea is if Battle World is what he's doing, then what's stopping him from finding the greatest soldier that ever lived and taking him?
I can see that. But even then, there's a possibility that that's exactly why he's collecting these children. These are the if he did take Love, and if he does take Franklin, those are two immensely powerful children.
Mm-hmm. Let's not forget America Ferrera. Did I say that correctly? No, America Chavez. Excuse me.
America Chavez.
I don't know where Ferrera came from. My apologies.
But no, that even then, but he wouldn't be able to touch Chavez. I don't think he'll be able to catch Chavez, especially.
That's Doom.
Yeah, that's Doom. He takes what he wants. He gets what he wants when he wants it. That's true, but I don't know. I don't think he's not gonna be able to take her without a fight. Because remember, we got the entirety of what's it called again?
You're talking about the Marvels?
No, what is this? Not Kunlun, it's the spot for the sorcerers.
Oh, you're talking about the Sanctum Sanctorum.
No, not the Sanctum. The big training place.
Yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the school where Doctor Strange changed all the students.
Yeah.
What about it?
That's where she's at right now. Remember, he has to go through all those sorcerers and then have to try to take a character that can literally jump through reality at will.
Once again, we just saw Wanda do that. Like, I don't.
Well, that's true.
And again, you have to think about it though. Wanda was also hyped up off of all that Darkhold juice.
Okay.
I'm not saying he's not going to take her. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they upped their ante when they realized that they had a bitch that can reach through mirrors and bend reality ammo. I'm pretty sure they upped all their reinforcements. So I don't think American Chavez is going down without a fight, which leads me to say there's going to be a whole lot of more fucking destruction. A whole lot more fucking destruction than what we saw with Wanda. If Doom's coming for her, I have a strong belief that fucking Strange might end up being the last fucking sorcerer. Strange and Wong might end up being the last motherfucking sorcerers.
Well, hold on. So we're also forgetting something. So it hasn't really been established the cleaning up of the Kang saga, because it's never been said what happened to Kang. Now, once again, I'm amongst the masses who would like to see Mr. Majors come back and fulfill his destiny.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree.
Because you really can't have Doom without Kang. You can't have Kang without Doom. Their fates are intertwined via source material.
Yeah, but that's also one of those things like where, I mean, if I'm keeping it a whole stack, I'm not a Doom fan, never really have been. I know some of the shit that Doom's pulled off has been epic. I know it's been a level of insanity that we haven't seen in a minute. But is this going to be one of those things like where Doom's going to pull shit out his ass and be like, "Oh my God, Doom just did that," or is this going to be a plot armor thing? Like I don't know. And everyone knows how I feel about plot armor.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like everyone would agree with you about plot armor.
Yeah,
there's some people that should have been dead in certain franchises. Like Fast and Furious is the number one plot armor fucking thing in the world. Like the main character's superpowers are plot armor. How else would you explain two inexperienced black men going and surviving in space in a goddamn car with rocket strapped to it with duct tape holding the window up?
That's crazy.
Plot armor.
That's crazy. Do you know what the temperature is in space? It's like
I'm black.
Really cold.
I'm black. I don't plan on going to space. I don't need to know what space's weather is right now, what the weather condition in space is. Oh no, it's fucking freezing down here in upstate New York right now. So if it's freezing down here on Earth, I don't need to know what the weather temp is up there. I'm good. Again, fucking plot armor. But I don't know. I feel like Doom is too capable of a character to need plot armor.
Well, that's like I said, that's one of those things where is the character that well written where it's going to be like, oh my God, this fucker is a menace, or is it just going to be one of those things like where it's going to be some lazy writing and everyone's going to be left slightly satisfied?
Yeah, I see. I know what you mean. I know the feeling that you're describing, and I really hope I'm not disappointed like that, because I'll be really, really sad.
Yeah, I've been there too. That's like getting right there. I mean, not. No, I agree. That. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. No, that'll be essentially getting right there to that point where you about to bust a nut, and then she stops. Yeah, that's exactly what that would be like, and it would absolutely infuriate me if they did it with a character such as Doom. You know what I mean? Like, no, if you're gonna fucking do Doom, do him right and do him with the respect that the character fucking deserves.
And then, let's not forget, this is also supposed to be tying into Secret Wars, so we don't even know how that's supposed to be playing out.
Yes.
Because
go ahead.
because my whole thing with Secret Wars is it was supposed to be like the ultimate battle of good versus evil.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just curious on how they're going to really forget about the beginning, forget about the middle. How is it going to end? You know what I mean? I think that this may end up being an in-game, an Infinity War in-game situation.
It is. It's definitely going to be that. But my thing is like, what's going to tie between those? Are we just going to have that year-long hiatus where we're all sitting on our hands warming with our own exhaust? So they go, oh, here's the big finale. Here's the money shot. Take that. And then everyone's just left like, holy shit. Or are we going to get left wanting like, what was this? This is what I waited for. This is the big finale.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think whatever they drop within that gap that we're gonna have, it needs to tie in to the events that just happened. I don't want to see no shit about before this happened, before Doomsday. No. I don't give a fuck about anybody's story that happened before Doomsday. I want to know how Doomsday is currently affecting the MCU and how that is going to lead up and to culminate to Secret Wars. That's what I want to see. Because to be honest, and again, no disrespect to Yaya, I don't give a damn about Wonder Man. I don't give a damn about Wonder Man. Like we still need a conclusion to Vision.
It's confirmed that they're coming out with a second Shang-Chi movie, right? As well.
They said that a while ago.
They said they were going to. That there is a plan for a second film. Is that it ended up getting scraped when the whole Jonathan Major things happened. So they kind of like rewrote that, and they're going to rewrite the movie to fit into what happens after. Shang-Chi is in Doomsday. 100%. He is in Doomsday. The actor himself even confirmed that he is in Doomsday. They confirmed it when he did the whole fucking 5-hour-long chair reveal. But you're absolutely right. There's a lot of loose ends that they have had leading up to now that need to be tied off. That the fucking Eternals, the ending of the Eternals. Hashem was supposed to put Earth through fucking trial to see if they're worth keeping.
Well,
you can see the Black Knight.
The Black Knight. Scrub all that. That's not going to happen. That's not. Don't even hold your breath waiting for that.
Because I didn't think Eternals was that bad of a movie. I feel like it was a different kind of Marvel movie.
So hold on. Was the Eternals a bad movie? Yes. Was the Eternals a good movie? Yes. The reason why I say the Eternals was a bad movie is because one, my biggest gripe is those fuckers were dry. There was no personality. There was no substance to them. Like the whole thing with them just being on Earth just to observe and all. Like even if that was the case in the comics, like they could have did something better than that. Because it's like, the fuck are y'all doing? You're just here to take notes?
Yeah. The acting.
And then if you look at that squad, like that team was like legitimately official. Like they had some hitters on that squad.
Yeah. They're all fucking incredibly powerful. Incredibly fucking powerful. They could have been the Avengers before the Avengers even came along. But we also got to remember that they were also they've been being brainwashed for centuries. Every time they destroyed a planet to bring the life of New Celestial, they essentially got reset.
Listen, man, I don't want to hear that. All right, Logan could figure it out. Deadpool could figure it out. And why the fuck couldn't they? All right.
You got to remember they're only a few hundred years old. If you look at Logan's only about maybe like 150.
Once again, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
But compared to Eternals, who have been there since the dawn of civilization,
so that's even worse.
That's long. That's so. Which I agree with what you're saying. They're incredibly dry for characters that have been on a planet for millennia. There
The
gotta
whole
be some kind of
explanation, the entire explanation that we got was in a zoom in of a knife and then a zoom out, and then it was modern day. That was
yeah,
the entire explanation of, you know.
yeah, and I agree with you. But again, that's still a loose end that needs to get tied up in some way, shape, or form.
Nah,
You know what
don't
I
even.
mean?
Don't hold your breath.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be, but that just proves my point that there is a lot of shit that needs to be taken care of. And again, like you
Listen,
just said, when it comes to Kang alone, we need to find out what happened to the Council of Kangs because they were gearing
so
up to do some shit.
so the story is that supposedly I read this somewhere that they were doing this whole thing about how they were having people submit the idea of what happened to them and who took them out. Now, whether the Kangs fought amongst themselves and it turns like the last man standing type shit, whether Loki rewrote them out of history because he's the master of the timeline now. I mean, even if Doom got on his Bane shit and set a fucking thought bomb through a portal and it landed in their laps and blew them all away, like there's a lot of shit they could do, but it's like, what will they do?
Mm-hmm. And then also, what would make the most sense? You know, what is that's going to make the most sense? Because the Council of Kangs in writing is a fucking force to be reckoned with, right? The Council of Kangs is supposed to be the complete antithesis of the Council of Reeds. You know what I mean? That's essentially that's essentially what it's supposed to be. So if you're telling me you're bringing in Reed Richards, right, but you don't have a Kang is one of the Fantastic Four's, you know, one of their biggest enemies. Yeah, well, fuck, Kang has fought multiple different people, especially the Avengers. You know what I mean? With Kang supposedly being, you know, a descendant of Reed Richards, you gotta have him there. You gotta have him there.
Like, say, like Kang runs down on Doom because like he's starting to fade from the timeline because the shit that Doom is doing, and because he took Franklin, it's affecting his own stability within the timeline.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Now we're cooking. We're cooking.
Exactly. Somebody not we're turning up the heat. Exactly. You know, something like that would be very, very, you know, appreciated because, like, don't just write my man's out like that. Because I'm pretty sure all that happened with King at the end of Quantum Mania was he just got shrunk down to an even smaller, you know, to even beyond the quantum realm.
Size.
Yeah, which would, if, from what we know, essentially puts him in essentially a void, because there's gods that are even above or below the quantum realm. There's a whole world down there, even lower. There's a whole universe down there. You know what I mean? So we can easily see that King come out and be like and be royally pissed off. You know what I mean? Or we can see Doom actually go and actually retrieve him and be like, "You work with me now." And that's where we can see that level of idolization that Kang has for Doom, which would inevitably lead into their rivalry.
Yeah, they both think pretty high about themselves.
Yeah, well, even then, it's because that you know, Kang, Kang thinking that, you know, at first knowing that he was a descendant of Reed Richards, and then finding about Kang, I believe at one point he starts to believe that he's actually a descendant of Doom and not Reed Richards. And so that's when he begins to start idolizing Doom, because he's like, no, you're my ancestor, not fucking Reed Richards. He has nothing compared to you. You see how powerful I am? I can never have been related to something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that kind of leads. But when Kang really realizes that Doom really don't give a shit, and he would never be, you know, Doom never puts anyone on the same level as him and or above him. And that's when that rivalry started. And he's like, and that's when they've been fighting for fucking ever. So you really can't have Doom without Kang, and you really can't have Kang without Doom, because there's too many times that they cross over and run into each other on too many occasions. You can't have the Fantastic Four without either one of them.
I saw this thing a while ago where it was Doom and Richards going back and forth, and how Richards was criticizing him because the whole one world under Doom thing, about how Doom feels he's the answer to all the problems of the world and how he can lead us into the new age. So Richards basically says that, chastises him like, what makes you also special to do that? And he's like, you heroes are the worst part. He goes, Tony Stark has a clean renewable energy source, and yet he hides it inside his suit of armor that he uses to protect and defend himself. He goes, Hank Pym could cure world hunger in an afternoon.
But he doesn't.
Storm. It's true. It's all true.
He goes, Storm could terraform an entire planet for the mutants, but yet she didn't do anything to stop droughts or issues agriculturally here. He's like, the Black Panther has enough technology and resources to help the world 3 times over, but doesn't, out of fear that they'll be misused.
Yeah.
Like, he breaks it down and explains a lot. He said, my biggest issue is you, Reed Richards, because you are quite possibly the smartest man in the world, and yet you publish nothing. You teach no one. He's like, in any adventures you have, you hoard for your own family.
Solid. You really can't fight with that argument with a man who... You can't argue with a man that's bringing facts in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
You can't argue against facts.
And they're every last one of those things is a fact. You know what I mean? And even when you look at the way Doom rules, the Latvians are happy. They don't see Doom as a dictator. They don't see Doom as a dictator. They see him as a savior.
People in Germany said the same thing. All right.
And I think that's kind of that. I think that's kind of like the whole thing that they were kind of going for with that too. When they wrote that and made that a thing. But yeah, no, they don't because he takes care of his people as long as they show their love and their loyalty to him. There's no homelessness in Latveria. There's no hunger in Latveria. You know what I'm saying? There's no crime in Latveria. So he has proof of concept. You know what I mean? He has proof of concept. So it then becomes a question of like, you know what I'm saying? What are they going to do about this? You know what I mean? This is supposed to be a multiversal event. Oh, I'm sorry, we kind of skipped over the X-Men one. X-Men was dope. X-Men one was cool. We've already seen that they've already showed us that they're bringing in the X-Men at the end of the Marvels. So I wasn't too ecstatic about that. The one thing I do have to say about that is that I'm pretty sure we're probably not going to see James Marsden in the movie for an extended period of time.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see any one of them for extended periods of time. I don't know. This cast is so stacked. Depending on what the Showtime run for this shit is, we could get a whole bunch of cameos. Shit. If you watch, I think it's the original Avengers, Hawkeye only has like a total of like 6 minutes screen time or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Very true point.
So the only other thing I can see is if they were to split them up in teams, like in-game style, how they had each, had them split up to go do something different. And that way they're able to split up each team's screen time You know what I mean?
I will say this. We know that what Marvel kind of normally does is take different characters like storylines, right? They all meet at some point in the end, or they interact and come together in the end.
Yeah.
So I think that they can't show like a plot line for every single character we see, because we know the plot lines. The fans know what those plot lines are for each of these characters. So maybe I really hope it's not like cameo filming. Oh my god, I'd be so upset.
I'd be pretty pissed. But because I've been checking out a few of the interviews with a lot of the cast, and a lot of them with from the OG X-Men cast, and when it came to what's his name, something Cummings, dude that played Nightcrawler, Alan Cummings, playing Nightcrawler, he made a mention of, like, he's like, man, I'm like 60 something years old. He's like, the other day I was learning stunts for this shit, and he's like, I'm 60 years old trying to learn stunts. And he's like, I never thought, because he seems to be the one that out of them all who really did not want to come back, because he said that he had a absolutely horrible time playing Nightcrawler in X2. He said it was absolutely horrible, one of the worst experiences I've ever had as an actor. But he said he was really excited when they decided to bring him back. He was talking about a certain level of closure he was getting with the character, so on and so forth. And when he was talking about these stunts, he had mentioned that they were like, you're hitting Pedro Pascal over the head or something. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, all right. So was he just throwing out an example, or is that something that he really had to do? Kelsey Grammer plays Beast. Also made a comment about some of the work that he's been doing and some of the people that he's worked with. He mentioned Pedro Pascal as well. And
specifically working with him.
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
Exactly. So I feel like we're gonna have a think tank scene, right? Where we're gonna have all the smartest minds that have been revealed thus far in the same room. So I'm thinking we're getting Shuri, Beast, Hank. I'm sorry, Beast, Reed. Who else is a brilliant mind that they've introduced so far?
Reed, Xavier.
Yeah, so we're probably going to get the big brains all in the same room trying to think about how to fix this. We're going to get
Bruce
and then I'm pretty sure, Bruce and Bruce, all of them in the same room thinking and trying to figure out how to solve this problem that they have. I feel like we're going to get whole scenes of different teams having to go off and complete a certain mission, and they're going to be keeping times.
I guess it's like a war council, like Walker, Sam, Bucky, Thor. I can see them all being around the table talking about how to attack the shit tactically.
Yep.
You know what I could see? I could see them pairing up with the quote-unquote new Avengers.
Or the new Avengers, the kids sitting in the back like, so what the fuck are we going to do? And then
as they're coming up with the plan.
Yeah, and Kamala's like, you know what? We need to show them that we're capable, that we can do this, blah, 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 blah. And so they go off and make their own plan and start enacting their own plan. Nevertheless, they end up getting into some shit, and then now it fucks up the main plan, and now the heroes have to maneuver to save the new Avengers. I'm sorry, the young Avengers, and also still get the main job done as well.
It's confirmed. It's also confirmed the enemy. I forget the name of him. Like a Sentry will be in Doomsday.
Yep. I can see Sentry being a character that Doom tries to pervert, bring him over to his side because of the Void. Who else? Because again, that's not the chairs. That's not all that's there.
I
There's
can
more.
picture the Guardians of the Galaxy getting along real well with them.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, the Guardians and the Thunderbolts. I can see them getting along really fucking well, really well,
Real well.
But I don't know, man. I see a way that they can give everyone, all these teams, decent screen time. I can see them giving giving Wolverine his redemption with being able to work with the X-Men again. Right? To like, whoa, all the X-Men died in your world and you're the only one left? Well, hey, shit, our Wolverine died in our world. Why don't you come back to our world?
I have a prediction.
If it still exists. Mm-hmm.
But it's not particularly exact. I think that there has to be a scene in particular with Spider-Man and Doom. Obviously, like an emotional scene, like something,
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. I feel like they do have to. I feel like they have to touch on that, but I don't want them to make it too heavy.
It's not major. It's not major whatsoever.
Yeah, it can't be too major because at the end of the day, it's like, we get it. He loves Tony. Ugh, continue. You know what I'm saying?
You're fuck Tony Stark.
We know. But oh shit, let's not we're forgetting about Morgan. We're forgetting about Morgan Stark too.
We are. Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I'm saying? She could also end up becoming another Iron Suit.
Whoa.
Agreed. But again, if he's taking children, why would he not take the child of somebody who's incredibly smart?
If that's the case, why not just take Riri Williams?
She's not a child.
I mean,
she's not as impressionable.
The bitch made a deal with Mephisto.
I'm pretty sure it was a calculated risk.
My balls.
I think it was a calculated risk because she's looking at it as, I know nothing about magic. If I work with him, I can figure out how this magic works and then in turn use that to take him down. But my thing is, you live in New York. Right? No, she's in Chicago.
Shottown.
My bad. Mitch, fly to New York. I'm talking mad loud. Fly to New York. Hit up the Sorcerer Supreme at the time, because I'm pretty sure it was still Wong at that time.
Man,
like,
yo,
Wong. Why are we fucking Wong? What's wrong with Wong?
Wong ain't shit.
I mean, yeah, he nothing compared to the Sorcerer Supreme, but that nigga chill as fuck.
Whatever. Wong's a bitch.
That nigga listens. He listens to Beyonce. He chilling, partying with what was it? Was it Kylie with 2 Ks and 1 Y or some shit like that? He be partying with her. Wong's a cool motherfucker.
Okay, you tell yourself whatever you need to.
This man Wong took down Abomination single-handedly.
Okay, but Abomination's bitch made now.
He wasn't bitch made before that. Wong
made him bitch made now. He's bitch made now. All right,
he's bitch made now. 100%. Yes. But Wong made him that bitch.
Yeah, from Jump Street. I want to hear it. but even then, even if he's not squaring up, Wong would have knowledge or be able to put her on to the knowledge she needs to take down Mephisto. And so that's the only thing I'm looking at it like, really, she really could have went about it another way instead of making a deal with the devil. She really could have went about it another way instead of making a deal with the devil.
I was waiting for the longest time, like when they were going to introduce him.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Am I a fan of the way they introduced him? Not much. Not really, no. I feel like he should have been introduced in Agatha all along. I feel like that was a perfect the perfect kind of moment and the perfect environment. You don't really introduce a magical character in to
or
a
at least
show
a
about
hint
tech.
of him, like a major hint of him, like at
No,
least, but not even
like
that.
all the times they've mentioned a black heart in Agatha all along. All the times they mentioned a black heart in Agatha all along. I wasn't looking forward to Billy being fucking Wiccan. I wasn't looking forward to him being Wiccan. I was looking forward to him to be Blackheart. I was looking forward to it being Agatha gave up her son to Mephisto for more power, and Mephisto essentially corrupted him, and used the same story as that Blackheart has. He is the embodiment of all evil in the world, all human evil, and imbued him with it. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I just don't think like putting a magical character in a show that's supposed to be tech heavy. You know what I'm saying? And then what you're imbuing her tech with magic, which didn't really fucking last long at all. Like that suit got fucking torn to shreds like in that fight. That shit did nothing to really protect her. So I don't know, Marvel. You got a lot of explaining to do. You got a lot of explaining to do.
And there's a lot of loose ends. A lot of loose ends. Of things that have to be explained.
So I bet we best not watch this Doomsday movie, and we better not fucking see Vision, because you haven't tied off Vision yet and brought him back in his full.
Maybe Nicolas Cage will show up with his skull on fire and hit someone with his chain.
I'll take that. Honestly, hell, I'll take both. I'll take Nick. I'll take. I'll take Johnny Blaze and Robbie Reyes. But I need to see I need to see a Ghost Rider. I need to see a Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because there's no way that they're only dropping 4 teasers in such quick succession. We're gonna get more. There's gonna be more teasers. They're gonna drop more teasers before they drop the trailer.
100%. I think that they're gonna slowly trickle some things out, all the way up until
the first full trailer, and then maybe even after that, a little bit too. Let me see what do we have on the Doomsday clock right now? What's the time? I know it's 11 months. What's on the Doomsday clock right now? Let's see. Because these niggas have a live clock. It's live. We got 10 months, 29 days, 4 hours, 47 minutes, and as of right now, 30 seconds.
Perfect.
So within the next 10 months, 2 days, 4 hours, 47 minutes, and 20 seconds, we're probably gonna we gotta get at least 2 to 3 more. 2 to 3 more. And what I would love to see is one of these teasers be Johnny Blaze will return in Avengers Doomsday. I would love that.
That would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy.
It would be so crazy. Or even then, if it's a teaser where we see Johnny Blaze and Robbie Reyes meet up or something like that, or talking, or this is that, blah 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 blah, so on and so forth, whatever, and then we get the Ghost Riders will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Oh my god, that'd be even crazier.
I need that, man. because Ghost Rider is one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters. I would love to
Honestly, the idea of that character is absolutely insane. It's awesome. Like, it's sick.
Josh, who's a character that you would love to see come back in this that they haven't announced already?
Ooh. Besides Killmonger, character I would love to see come back. Besides Jonathan Majors is Kang. I gotta think. So I don't know because there's only been a handful of villains in the MCU I've really been blown away by. So
we're not just talking villains; we're talking heroes too. Heroes or villains.
I mean, I'd like to see Quicksilver come back because I always felt like they sent him off kind of fucking weird.
Oh, that wasn't kind of weird. That shit was all the way weird. I agree. I 100% agree.
Good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yo, imagine if there's a scene with him and older Magneto.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
That would be really good.
Well, we got to remember their universe has a Quicksilver already.
But even then, he could look at him and be like, "Dad." He'd be like, "Young man, I am not your father."
It's like I have fathered no children. Well, technically, no. We can't say that because in the Fox universe, when Fassbender meets him for the first time, he's like they kind of look at him like, dude, really? You sure? There was that. I gotta go back and watch it. I can't remember which one it was, which one it was in. I think it was Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past.
Yeah, my mom knew someone who could control metal once.
Yes, that line. That. Yes, yeah, that line. My mom dated somebody that control metal. Yeah, when they're in the elevator.
Yeah, and then in the next one, when he goes to help them, he sees them on the news, and she's like, there's nothing good that's going to come from you being around Eric. And he goes, well, you told me to get out more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. True.
Yeah. So, and then in that scene, did we not see his little sister on the ground, like using her powers? So she was like sitting on the ground in front of the TV. It was like the mom was in the kitchen. There was a couch, and then there was a little girl, and we saw her playing with something using her magic or using her powers.
Yeah, we did. We saw a brief glimpse of a younger girl playing with something on the floor, but we never got into details whether or not that was Wanda. We all assumed, but
but even then, so like their universe already has a Quicksilver, so it would be nice for them to bring. But now I like him as Kraven though.
I didn't watch it.
Well,
it's not a bad film. Kraven's not bad. It's not like, oh my god, amazing Marvel movie. It's what you expect from a Sony Marvel film.
That's not saying a lot.
That's not saying a lot, but it's certainly it's way better than Morbius, which is not hard to be better than Morbius. But it's definitely better than the Venom films, which it's hard for Sony to do better than the Venom films.
Oh my god. Okay. So it's compared to shit and
not so much shit.
Nigga, that's not a comparison. That's terrible. Come on. I need to do better.
All right. Okay, fine. It's compared to diarrhea. It's being compared to explosive diarrhea, which is Morbius, to a solid, healthy shit that would be the Venom series.
I have an idea.
What we got?
Popped into my head, but I think that there's going to be a team up between Charles Xavier, old and young, and Magneto, old and young.
Oh yeah, there definitely will be, and there's going to be, because I did see a image that had John Marston, and they were standing at the door of Cerebro, Charles Xavier in his like military looking uniform, and then standing next to them on the far right we have what looks like Fassbender's Magneto. Because you can't see the face, but you can see like half the chin line, and it don't look wrinkly. It don't look wrinkly.
That's awesome.
And he's slimmer because Sir Ian McKellen, he's got a little wide in his age. But that's the thing. I don't, if I remember correctly, Sir Ian McKellen never had a full burgundy suit. And you see that Magneto helmet. It's Fassbender's Magneto's helmet.
What if they have a dialogue and a fight over the helmet? Whose helmet it is?
Or oh no, they can't. Yeah, young Fassbender can't die because then old Magneto dies. So
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yeah, different universes. They're different universes.
And in the past comes the future, and the future is now your past. Let's not forget we did see Nebula kill Nebula.
Oh,
very true. Very
yeah.
True. And I think that the Phoenix Force has to have an appearance. Oh,
fuck the Phoenix Force. Nope. I can't. Not that universe's Phoenix Force. Not that universe's Phoenix Force.
There has to be a better portrayal, like a much
has
better.
To be. Like the original Jean Grey, but just with a little more explanation. That would be lovely.
Is it confirmed that she's returning?
I don't know. Was she on the chairs?
I think she was, right?
A part of me thinks that she was.
Not that I remember.
She was.
But
yeah,
it might be one of those things where they're keeping quiet. Like you said, they're only going to let so much shit slip in order to build anticipation and suspense. Yeah. So I think with the names they've shown thus far, this might even just be the tip of the iceberg. Once again, we don't know how long this movie is. We don't know how it's going to tie into the other shit. We can fuck around and get 3 episodes. Excuse me, not 3 episodes. 3 different shows with 20 different episodes that we got to watch to make sure all this shit makes sense.
Oh, no. Please don't do that. I don't know. No. I don't want any tie-ins. Like whatever shows they do in that gap of time that that we have until Secret Wars, it needs to be fresh shit that just so happens to deal with ramifications from whatever this shit is. I can't. I don't want to be watching. Well, I got to watch this in order to understand this and understand that to go to this and understand that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Marvel. I don't have that much faith in Marvel to do that again. You know what I mean? Like my faith in Marvel has been shaken so much that I don't care about another show that they do. That's a part of the reason why I don't really care too much about Wonder Man, because it's like, come on now, we got bigger stakes here than a fucking Wonder Man.
I get what you're saying, but remember, we need explanation.
Yeah, but that's like them saying, "Oh, we're having this big Doomsday event. We're having Doom come into the universe, but hey, watch the show about Kamala Khan." In the meantime, no, I don't want to watch a show about fucking Kamala Khan. As much as I love Kamala Khan and her character and what her character stands for, I don't care. You told me that you have Doom. That's like going to a steak restaurant and them saying, "Hey, we're all out of our world famous steak, but here's a fucking lobster." No, I don't want a fucking lobster. I want the steak that you promised me.
See, that's insanity. But I saw this thing where they were talking about Kamala Khan. It was crazy.
Yeah,
like cancel crazy. Like they said. They said that they made a comic book character who was an immigrant and their ability was jumping across borders.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Kamala Khan. That was America Chavez. That was Chavez.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that shit came out like right after the movie dropped. They were talking about that shit.
And I'm like, that shit's in such bad taste.
So bad taste.
How like
well, at least we know one person ice ain't catching.
Immediately goes to is that really what you think at first?
Wow!
I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, but no, yeah.
Oh.
For a lot of bigots, that's the first thing that their mind came
Oh
to.
my
It was the
God.
it was the same degradation that they gave to Kamala Khan.
Oh my God.
Fucking crazy.
That's one immigrant I ain't catching.
That is
Fucking
crazy.
They can try as much as they will. Try as much as they want.
But yeah, no. So
All these bad people jumping into my reality without legal documentation. You can't be in my reality without. Fucking God, dude.
The
Fucking
TVA is gonna start showing up.
TVA is ice. That's insane. Oh, the TVA is ice.
oh my God.
Wow.
Where is
Holy
this? What
shit.
happened? What happened? Where are we
What
at?
is-
How did we get to where we are?
If you think about it, the TVA is ice. What are they doing? They're going to all the realities where the people aren't supposed to be, air quotes, that they are anomalies, and they are illegally in these and creating illegal realities, and they're detaining them.
Yeah, you're gonna come to me one way or another. If not, we're gonna erase you from time.
Exactly. Or we're gonna deport you back to your reality.
Deport you back to your reality is crazy.
Bro, the TV, because remember, all right, so the TVA, they're not pruning anymore, right? They're just shifting things now, right? Because since Loki's been there and the Owen Wilson character, was it Morbius?
Yeah.
He's now kind of in charge of TVA, and so they're not pruning anymore. What they're doing, they're just course correcting.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Exactly. They're course correcting. They're taking people that aren't supposed to be in this timeline or reality, and they're just putting them somewhere else.
Sure.
We're going to pose least resistance to the government. Hold on. Let's see what Lady Mandalore has to say here. And the only people that can stop the TVA seem to be white people.
Whoa.
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 Let me put my glasses on. I want to make sure I read that right. Hold on. Put my glasses on. And the only people that can stop the TVA seem to be white people. ...
Wow.
Hey.
Wow, that's very, very pointed.
I just saying I didn't see not one black character. Well, I saw the one black character and she was working for the TVA. But
she was good.
Yeah, isn't she the same character who plays what's her name in Sinners? I believe she's the same actor who played was it Smoke's girl?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. She's the same one who plays. I love her. She is beautiful. She is gorgeous. She's an amazing actor. I love her. She's amazing. But no, I mean, like, damn, wow, yeah, that went left real fast. But hey, listen. Art imitates reality, man. Art imitates reality.
Hey, if you truly think about
man, I can't even
events.
I can't even say her name.
Like,
wait a minute, I can't even say her name.
It does mirror reality.
You know what I mean? So it makes it. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. That's fucked up. But I can see them trying to hunt down America Chavez from, because she jumping between realities and shit. That's fucked up. That's wild.
Deadpool did kill a whole battalion of TVA.
He did kill a whole battalion of the TVA with Logan, old man Logan's body.
Murder orgy, wild, homoerotic dance. Yes. That was. When he stabs the one dude in the pelvis with the bone and strokes the bone like he's giving the guy a hand job. Come on, dog.
That was like Masoku. That's her name. Wunmei Masoku. The beautiful black woman that plays that is the head of the TVA. I don't know what to call them, like the TVA troops, and then also who plays Smoke's girl in Sinners. But that's a lovely tie in there. That's a lovely tie in there. I don't know. I just feel like, man, they got it. They needed. They need this. They need this. They need this. And from what the Russos said, the Russo brothers said that they weren't gonna come back. They weren't gonna come back at all unless somebody came to them with a good idea. And I think he met with the writers of a few of the previous films in order to kind of really come up with a story that they felt was like adequate enough to tell. And that's the only reason why they did it.
Yeah, from what I have gathered, like the plot that they have come up with for Doomsday, I mean, from what they basically said, it's as deep as the events of Endgame were. It's as good. Like it matches.
But that's my thing. It needs to be deeper than that. You know what I mean? You gotta go. They gotta hit stronger than the end of Endgame. You know what I mean? Because you're not just bringing in all the heroes from your current universe that you've introduced. You're now bringing in characters that are from other universes and stuff like that. Yes, the Russos are the ones writing the script. This is a Russo Avenger film because they've done. Like I think what Whedon did the first Avengers film, right? Josh Whedon did the first Avengers film, and then after that, all the other Avengers movies have been Russos. Because in Endgame, the Russo brothers make a cameo in Endgame in the scene where Steve is at essentially in a support group. One of the people in the support group.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, and it was actually one brother talking about how the snap took his other brother.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So this is this because the Russos are attached to it. It brings a lot of hope to me. If Josh Whedon was attached to it, I don't know. I don't know if I would be that excited for it. But the Russo brothers, they have a trend of their scripts not only being action packed, but also having a level of emotional depth to them that they're not just bringing the audience in on an action pack. Ooh, big boom, superheroes. No, they're also connecting people and drawing people in on that emotional level of, yeah, these may be heroes, but a lot of them still have a lot of these human emotions, and they go through shit mentally just like everybody else. Let's see. Oh, Marvel had to have written in RDJ's sides check ×2 for them to tackle this mess. Oh, absolutely. They had to cut them in a double RDJ. Well, it's the thing. They probably had to double Robert Downey Jr.'s check. They probably had to double his, maybe even triple his, because he was the highest. What happened?
They said he got what, $10 million of screen time for Spider-Man Homecoming, and then he only had what, less than 8 minutes?
Yep. Less than 8 minutes costs them 10 mil. Yeah, that man is the highest paid MCU actor. And I know Terrence Howard. You know, that's probably what made Terrence Howard go a little crazy. That's probably what made him go a little crazy. Because he was sitting there and he started seeing all the money Don Cheadle was making. He's like, fuck, I should have just ate what I had. Let's see. Lady Mandalore asks, do y'all think... Yeah. She says, do y'all think after this movie comes out, Marvel is going to have the same issues with maintaining the moment or vibe of this? Depending on how big they go and who they have on their team after this, maybe. You know what I mean?
Go
ahead, Jay.
I mean, I think that like this this plot is going to be one of the last big bangs, like, of Marvel movies for a while, unless, like, I mean, they're going to have to start writing more comic material first.
Yeah, because I think after Secret Wars, Triage, really where can they go after Secret Wars with what they have now?
Well, the whole plan was for the MCU to end with the Avengers versus the X-Men. That was the goal. So with this incursion happening, because we saw that at the end of Multiverse of Madness, when Doctor Strange runs off with the blonde. I forget the character.
Seriously.
Yes. When he runs off with the blonde witch, you find out that they're about to deal with an incursion, so they were going to go take care of it. Now, if from what we've seen from everything that's happened in the Marvels, and from what we're getting from the Doom movie, and then what's mentioned in the Eternals, not the Eternals, excuse me, what's mentioned in Loki, incursions are not uncommon.
They happen all the time.
They happen all the time, it's that we don't know about it. So it's like when the incursion happens, if it is what's left of the Fox universe, as we know the majority of it's been destroyed, if it's what's left of the Fox universe colliding into the current MCU, because the whole theory is that because there are two main continuities. We have the MCU as we know it, and there's the Fox universe. Now, and all that goes back to Captain America. It states because Captain America interfered and helped win us the war, that a lot of the mainstream things that happened in the Fox MCU didn't happen. So the Nazis never kidnapped a young Eric Luncher and never experimented on him, thus never creating Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
wait. Did Cap help win the war, or did he just stop that bomb? Because you remember Red Skull was going rogue from the Reich's plans.
Yeah,
that was the right plan. So go ahead, continue.
So no. So the whole thing was supposed to be that because Cap helped defeat the Nazis, that they never rose to power. Thus, since they never really rose to power the way they did, like you said, the whole thing with the Red Skull going rogue, you see it now in modern day, that when you look at the X-Men, that Magneto has amassed the following, he's built his brotherhood and everything that's happened. So it's like especially with us getting the older version of Magneto, I think that there's a lot of potential there for that conflict where they have that moment where he goes, how did you get the way you were? And he was like, I saw the world through a gate in Poland that ever changed my life. He goes, really? Like, what's your name, kid? Like, what I mean? I could see that conversation happening.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And or even have it from that camp that Cap saves. They could have one of those children be Eric. You know what I'm saying? But again, things changed because they didn't do all those experiments and shit on him and everything like that. What's his name? Fucking that Kevin Bacon played. What was his name again?
Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian, right? He probably maybe had saved him before Sebastian did experiments on him. So he didn't have. So mutants are there. They're just not as known because of shit like that. But even then, no, that is a strong possibility. And now when it goes into the momentum, I don't think they can. And Lee Mandler also brought up a good point here as well. Only other thing that they can go is they can dive into Krakoa and start going over start going through Genosha and build up to Krakoa and maybe even build up to Araco. But again, that's all heavy X-Men side. So I feel like it'll be nice if they fell back off of the Avengers and started pumping out some X-Men. I think X-Men would be a way to really and we just get cameos from Avengers throughout their run. That would be lovely.
Not even if like even if we just cut them out completely, or for example, like say there's an issue going on in Africa because we already know we're getting a third Black Panther movie because we know that Washington's the villain.
Mm-hmm.
So like say it's to the point where they were like, all right, well we need some help with the with something going on with the elements or like the weather or like the landscape. So like Storm, as we know, was born and raised in Egypt. So it's like if she decides to help, and in the process of her helping, she meets T'Challa and these two fall in love with each other, or even if the T'Challa that we get from the alternate universe, say he remembers Storm and was in love with her.
Mm-hmm. And then, but she doesn't, and she doesn't like reciprocate that love because, like, I don't know you. Let's see. Punisher from YouTube says, Magneto and Xavier are not the first mutants. Yes, we know they're not the first mutants. That would be Abin Sur. Not right, Abin Sur. Right, that's how you say his name. No, not Abin Sur. Who's Abin Sur?
What are you talking about?
No, not Abin Sur. Fucking, how do you say his name? His Apocalypse's real name.
Oh, you said Abin Sur. My fault. You mean Nsaba Nor?
Nsaba Nor. Oh, holy shit! In Salvador, yes, we know that he's technically the first mutant, but we're talking about the what is the excuse for mutants not being in the MCU and they're just now being introduced as like these full-fledged characters from other universes. And there was a theory that because Captain America took the actions he did during the World War, that it changed the course of their history, and that's why mutants haven't been discovered yet, so to speak.
And it's also one of the things like where you figure if the X gene has been dormant, like it takes a lot of trauma to cause the X gene to activate. For example, Colossus saw his little sister about to be hit by a car.
Yep, all these things can change events. The butterfly effect that could have changed so many of these canon events, and so none of these heroes that we know from the X-Men ended up, their X gene ended up being awakened. But then we have the snap, a massive burst of power cosmic being radiated through. Being radiated through that world, that universe.
What if the snap is what caused the mutant gene in that Marvel universe to become activated?
Yeah, exactly. Because they finally used the word mutant in Kamala Khan at the end of the season, where her little boyfriend says, "You're a mutant," and then you hear in the background,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it could have been that radiation that had even pushed that X gene forward. No, you're right, Lady Mandalore. I gotta watch myself. I'm not trying to get canceled for mispronouncing his name. Let's see. Let's see. It says as a Gen Xer, I feel these films are for us. But they've been betting in younger characters and doing a lot of kiddie animation to appeal to the next generation of kids. X-Men is the way to go next. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I feel like that I feel like they've ran after Secret Wars. The Avengers have run their course. The Avengers have run their course.
Yeah.
And
yes. The new popular is having 50 heroes fight together.
Yeah, so let's bring it back. That's what I'm saying. I feel like the X-Men is the route to go next. I feel like they're the next after the Avengers. Honestly, I feel like even before the Avengers, the X-Men have so much material that they can go to. They have so many amazing storylines that they can go to. They can take some of the storylines that they did in the Fox universe and do them in a more comic book accurate way now. Especially the fucking Apocalypse. You know what I mean? They can do that way better.
I really disagree.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
What you thinking?
So I would not retouch anything from the Foxverse. So first and foremost, one, I say the Phoenix Saga should just be left the fuck alone, because every time they try to do Phoenix, they fuck it up.
They fuck up.
That's first and foremost. So short of that shit being 100% fucking comic accurate, leave it the fuck alone. That's one. Two, the Fox series was so focused on Wolverine, and we don't even know if Hugh Jackman's coming back again.
That's funny. I'm sorry to cut you off real quick. I just watched an interview that he did on The View. And when they were, I don't think he just did. It was from a little while ago, but they were asking him questions about Doomsday and stuff. And he made a comment that made me laugh hysterically. He said, what else is Wolverine going to really do in a film like that? What, absolutely destroy all the appearances of any other character? Because that's what Wolverine does. When Wolverine's in a movie, no matter who the fuck else is around him, other heroes are around him, everyone cares about Wolverine.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree with that. Once again,
really, look at the first X movie. They centered around Wolverine, right? Look at the second X-Men movie. All the X-Men movies were really Wolverine movies.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Go as far as to say that. I mean, but I do agree with you. He had a lot of screen time in comparison, but
yeah. So here's the alternative. What would you prefer? A movie like the last Mortal Kombat we got? Because everyone knows Scorpion's the most popular Mortal Kombat character.
And honestly, he stole that movie.
No. Don't. I don't want to hear that shit.
I didn't give a damn about anything else that happened in that movie until Scorpion came on the screen.
In the 5 minutes he's on screen?
Absolutely. Fuck the rest of the movie. 5 minutes. Well, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I cared until they killed Kung Lao. And then I didn't care. I didn't care until I saw Kung Lao. Then I cared. Then they killed Kung Lao, and I didn't care anymore. Then Scorpion popped up, and I didn't care. and then I cared. Let's see. Kazi from YouTube says, "In more street level stuff, go back to basics. Plenty of characters and team ups. Might be a time down the road with DC Marvel crossovers." I don't think they're going to do it film wise. They're too, because it's the same thing, like as if they were.
They're too competitive. They're too competitive.
Yeah, the films, because the comics only. Yeah, the comic books only started doing collabs when the rivalry and people didn't really care about big Marvel, big DC anymore, and that's when they started doing the collabs, and then it brought the hype back up for both of them, right? We're not going to be able to do this until hype for Marvel and hype for DC dies again, and then we can probably see some live action movie crossovers between them. No, I definitely agree that it would and it could that could. You're right, Lady Miller. That most definitely could cut prices, with them splitting the prices. But Netflix is a greedy motherfucker. So if Netflix does end up, taking Warner, they're greedy motherfuckers. They want all that for themselves. I want it all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
They want to be
like that.
The only streaming service in the world.
Yeah, I that would be dope, but I don't think they could. I don't think they would. I don't think DC would allow that. Let's see. It says I love live action Spider-Man and his amazing friends. I'd be down with that. I'd be down with a Spider-Man and amazing friend. Little, maybe not a whole thing. Maybe not a whole thing on them. But
that
maybe
would be cool though.
Yeah, but maybe in a movie, get that team up.
Yeah.
Maybe we get that team up in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I think a team up in the movie that would be fine, but I don't want to see a whole thing. But I don't know. They got to go somewhere else. They have to go somewhere else. They cannot stay on the Avengers. I don't even want to. I don't want to even hear about it after Secret Wars. I don't want to hear about an Avengers. I don't want to hear about an Avengers. I really think that X-Men is the way to go. But I agree with you. Triage. Don't touch anything, especially Phoenix. I definitely think they should go Apocalypse. I think that might be their best way, bringing in Mr. Sinister and all that. I believe that would be their best way to go. They can kind of get the most out of that storyline. But leave Phoenix Force the fuck alone. I 100% agree with you. Let's have Phoenix Force be a background dialogue, because every time you're right, bro. Like I can't think of them doing Phoenix Force right.
There's never been a really good portrayal of it, and I think that trying to do it again is just not gonna be successful.
I believe we talked about this point when we went over the Fantastic Four a few months ago, when we went over them, and there's one what's the word I'm looking for? One continuity where the cosmic rays that hit the Fantastic Four was actually offshoot rays of the Phoenix Force going by them.
Yes.
Heading to Earth.
Yes, correct.
So
yeah, I've
they
heard that.
could somehow amalgam that in some way, shape, or form, right? But
But even then, why would it matter? Because we've already seen that the Fantastic Four they're using in the MCU is already established as the powers.
Yep.
But unless the events of Doomsday completely rewrites everything, and now everyone is like Crisis on Infinite Earth style, or they can have Doom succeed in a one world under Doom. And Secret Wars is what we're seeing, is them secretly getting together to try to take Doom down again.
Like, I foresee it being like the Hydra story from fucking Agents of Shield. Like where people start waking up and realizing, yo, Doom is not God, Doom is not all powerful. Like there was a world beyond Doom, and this is what it looked like. And then come to find out, certain people are like Doom's enforcers, or he's human news. He's kidnapping people to manipulate the world to make it the way he wants it to be. Because like him obtaining like the Odin Force, like I don't foresee them going that angle. Because Thor is definitely killing him.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, if he is taking the powers of the Beyonder, I don't think Odin Force Thor, because above Odin Force is Rune King Thor.
Well, here's the other thing. The story through the grapevine is that our former Superman is not a Beyonder.
I saw that.
I'm not sure it is.
I don't know how true it is, but I would definitely not
say that. I'm sorry. Say that again. Our former Superman is now what?
The Beyonder.
Oh.
Again, that's not confirmed. That's purely hearsay right now. Lady Mandalore says, well, we all know Phoenix has been talked about. So the issue is, when are they going to do it? Is it going to be a shortcut by way of flashback, or a 30-minute piece within a 2-hour movie? That's possible. And that's the thing. I don't want I can't do a whole movie on Phoenix Force. I can't do, because that shit, that Dark Phoenix made no sense. The film made no sense to me. The script writing made no sense to me.
For her. It was just a movie that they made for her. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to Sophie Turner, but she became a star after Game of Thrones, and she became big, and they did that for her.
You know what? That damn well could be, because it definitely, because now look where she's at now. She's Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit when I saw that.
That threw me off. I mean, I like the look. They're going old school, video game look. I'm like, okay, cool. But where's it gonna be at? Because I'm sorry, my Tomb Raider is still Angelina Jolie.
I'm just popping this in, but the Tomb Raider that's on Netflix is absolutely beast, like as a portrayal. So
yeah, that Tomb Raider movie was not bad. I didn't think that was bad at all. I enjoyed that. I got to rewatch it, because I watched it like once, and I didn't really I really didn't get to watch it.
It's good. The second season just dropped like a few weeks ago. It's good. It's a little out there, but again, Tomb Raider.
Oh, you're talking about the animated one?
No, the live action.
There's a live action Tomb Raider show?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the last Tomb Raider movie that came out. Oh, okay. I gotta get on that.
No. This is a television show that's on Netflix. It's a Netflix show, like of Tomb Raider. The second season just came out.
All right, I gotta check that out. Punisher says if they use snap, that's Inhumans, not mutants. Not necessarily, because the Inhumans weren't created. Well, if we're going comic book wise, the Inhumans weren't created by snap. They weren't created by the Terrigen Mist or whatever. They were actually. If you will and trace their lineage back, their lineage goes all the way back up to the Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the Eternals, and then on the offshoot of the Eternals, the antithesis of the Eternals are the Deviants. And Thanos is a child of a Deviant. Right? And then the Eternals, when you go to the Eternals, you go with, now you're talking about the Kree and the Kree experiments. The Inhumans were created by were created by the Kree scientists here when they were experimenting on humans on Earth. That's what the Inhumans are. The Inhumans that we end up seeing on Earth, those were the ones that ended up becoming mutated by the Terrigen Mist, and that's where they actually changed Kamala Khan's storyline, because it's Kamala Khan. She's not a mutant; she's an Inhuman. She got her powers from the Terrigen Mist that awakened her Inhuman abilities, right? But we're talking about a cosmic snap, and I'm not necessarily talking about the cosmic energy waves. I'm talking about the chaos that ensued after the snap within those 5 years. Having half of life on Earth being ripped away in a literal snap, that will cause so much massive trauma, plane crashes, train derailments, so many mass catastrophes that could have easily awakened so many different X genes.
If that's
the pilots disappear from a plane.
If that's
the
the
plane's
level
crashing.
of if that's the level of chaos that we saw in Endgame, something really, really, really bad has to happen.
And
like worse than that. Yeah, worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And half of Earth's population being gone in a snap, like try and use your imagination and think of something worse than that. You get what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. It has to be. But I was just saying that, like, in that moment that snap happened, there's that 5 years, we could have people on those planes that are crashing, those helicopters that are crashing, those trains that are derailing, the bus crashes, car crashes. In those moments, we could have people going through such trauma that it awakens their X gene. You know what I mean? That's what but then on top of that, what about the people that have been actually hit? That were actually affected by the cosmic radiation from the snap. That could also affect someone's genes as well. That's cosmic radiation. Look what happened to the Fantastic Four by getting hit by a cosmic wave. And mind you, their ship is built that's supposed to be able to handle cosmic radiation. Look what happened to them. They got all types of fucked up from that.
Yeah.
Now imagine exactly. Now imagine on Earth, the Earth being hit directly being hit with not just cosmic energy, but energy that is primordial energy. These stones have been around since the beginning of time. These stones were created from the being that created the universe that is above the celestials, but below the one above all. There was a sentient creature that it was alone for so long that it killed itself. But because its powers were so primordial, it turned into these stones that imbued that each one of the stones had a remnant of that being.
So it's really hard to try and use your imagination to try and think of something that could happen.
Yeah. So Kazi's bringing up a lot of good points. If they were snapped away on a plane, did they reappear in air, or if they reappeared in the same spot that they disappeared from? If somebody was standing there, did they merge together, or did they just explode? Or those are a lot of questions. Those are a lot of questions that everyone was asking when they got snapped.
They must have reappeared on the interior space of the plane or the vehicle that they were in, because I thought that was semi-explained in Quantum Mania, or not Quantum Mania. When he comes back in the car, even though that's kind of like a.
I took it as more or less poking fun at a little mistake.
Yeah, me too. Because remember, this thing, Scott wasn't snapped away because he wasn't in that universe.
Oh,
he was in the mic. He was in the quantum realm, the microverse. I'm sorry, the microverse. When that
very
happened.
true.
So that's why he wasn't snapped away, because he technically wasn't in that universe. But yeah, man, all these things are possible, and there's just so much that I need to see from Doomsday. And so much stuff that I hope, and I bring it back to the X-Men, the little X-Men teaser. When we see Cyclops, I'm just saying this right now, that's a flashback. The scene where we see Cyclops take his visor off and release his full power of his optic blast, that's 100% a flashback. 100%. The way it's shot, all of it, it's a flashback scene. I'm pretty sure that's either Magneto or Xavier talking about the fall of their X-Men. And the fall of the X-Men in their world, and they're on their planet. The Sentinels won, and which again, like the way that 97 were murking out them Sentinels, like they weren't shit, man. Them Sentinels had to be made with vibranium then, for them not to, be able to cut through them, or made adamantium. Only thing that can cut adamantium is adamantium. That's the only thing that can break adamantium is adamantium. And now that I say that, sorry, before we wrap this up and end this, I gotta say, remember when they made that adamantium bullet?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that had to be a heavy ass fucking gun to shoot an adamantium bullet. Because adamantium is heavy.
Yes.
It's heavy as shit.
It would be heavier. It would be denser, so it would be heavier than other metal. But, I mean, you would have to have more gunpowder in the cartridge, I would think. That's all.
And a gun
powder load.
Yep, and then a gun that won't blow up in your face from letting off that much, that much powder.
The gun he was using was like an anaconda from Call of Duty. It was huge.
Yeah, damn, wow. Damn, you brought me back on that one. That shit was like I'm just saying though, like that, damn. Like that was a big ass bullet. Anyways, I don't even think they make that caliber. No, they do make that caliber of bullet. Fucking ever see an elephant gun?
Yeah. I mean, there's the 44, 45, and then the 50, but the 50 wasn't in our revolver back then.
No, but still, yeah, you ever see an elephant gun or a fucking hand cannon? That shit looked like it came out with an angry face. No. So as we wrap up here, let's do our final remarks. Triage, what are you thinking when it comes to Doomsday? What are your overall final thoughts when it comes to Doomsday? And in chat, drop your final thoughts too.
I think it's going to be a lot of fan service.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not as much as Deadpool and Wolverine. I hope it's going to be more storytelling with a healthy amount of action. Like I don't want to go there and be bored.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be one of those things where this will hopefully course correct the MCU so it ends on a high note instead of a sour one, because we already know that the MCU is going to end sometime within the next 5 years. I'd be very surprised if it didn't, but I would like to see them not course correct. I would like to see them pivot from the Avengers to the X-Men and let the X-Men end it in some glory, because there are so many mutants in the comics that are just phenomenal, that are cool, that you really don't get a chance to see shine the way they should. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're just now getting a look at Gambit, and people have been waiting 20 years for that. I've yet to see an accurate depiction of Archangel. Listen, I say let Method Man play Bishop. Like, there's a lot of shit.
Method Man play Bishop. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited for that. I need him to play Bishop. The man got the size now.
I mean, between that, the whole thing with the Mutant X, was it?
X-23, you mean?
No. The one with Wolfbane and fucking Magic. When they were acting like the Asylum.
New Mutants. New Mutants,
excuse me. Like, that's a whole thing that they could have tied in and they can go forward with. Like, there's a lot of shit they could do. It's like, what will they do? Like I said, everybody loves Wolverine, but I'd rather prefer to see a little less of him and what it is they're doing, unless they really want to, like, flush some certain shit out that has to tie into him. But
no, I honestly, if I can kind of hit the nail on the head there, I'm hoping that they use Doomsday as a launch pad for the X-Men. Because I mean, I love the Fantastic Four, but I can't say that I can't say that I would care less for more of those films. Like, I wanted to be spotty, I wanted to be spotty. This first one was good, but then when you really think about it, what other major villains do the Fantastic Four really have?
The Mole Man.
I said major.
Once again,
that's like talking about Bruce Wayne getting attacked by Mothman again.
No, but hey, man, and yet fucking Tony Stark's got the Crimson Dynamo and fucking the Living Laser. All right, I'm just saying. There's a lot of I almost said some wild shit. There's a lot of lame or limp characters that we've seen, but even the lame ones can be entertaining. So.
I'm like, shit. Look at Iceman. Everyone thought he was lame for a minute until they found out nigga's actually an Omega 11 mutant.
That's I have no words for that. For all level 7s, I'm going to excuse Power. He doesn't know what he's talking about in that one instance. All right, I don't know what you're talking about, because Iceman has always been on point with the shits. What are you saying right now,
bro? Really? Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, man. That was not a good depiction of Bobby Drake Iceman. Nobody, but X-Men made. I'm just saying. I feel like a lot of people wrote Bobby Drake off in the comic books. Like, yeah, he was. Oh, they're like, oh, he just wanted X-Men. But now that he's an Omega 11 mutant, we're seeing this nigga run around with a bandana on, strapped up, looking like he's ready for war now.
That's how Bobby's rolling up, set tripping, twisting his fingers, shooting his ice gun and everything that moves.
Brotherhood, come out and play. Yeah, hell yeah, he's on his shit, bro. Since that moment,
all day. Nah.
He's on his shit.
Okay.
I personally feel like X-Men is the next route that they really need to take and that they really need to focus on. They can do.
I said bring the cast from the Gifted back.
Fuck yeah, bring the cat, bring them, fucking bring them, because that was an amazing fucking story that they canceled for God knows what. I didn't even look up why it was canceled, but it was said that the next season was supposed to have some of the Fox X-Men pop up here. I saw a trailer. So Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry have a movie coming out right now. Oh, he popped out. But they have a movie coming out right now. And when they're on the red carpet, Halle Berry, they asked Halle Berry, like, are you going to be in Doomsday? She's like, nope. But she's probably going to get a cameo. I don't know. I need more X-Men now after this. Oh, everybody popped out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the show. Nah, over and all, Doomsday really needs to bring the smoke that they're blowing. It needs to bring the smoke that they're blowing. Because I'd be really pissed if all this has just been them just blowing smoke. And I need this Doomsday movie to really crack fucking heads. Everything that happens after it needs to hold the same momentum leading into Secret Wars. Because Secret Wars is supposed to come out exactly a year after this film. So I need more. I need more. I most definitely 100% need to see more. Jay, your prediction, your last final remarks on Doomsday.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened. But what I think, the little prediction in my head, I think that Doom somehow is going to be involved in the destruction of the X-Men's universe. And then Charles, Xavier, and Magneto will show up, somehow meet the Avengers. But I think that Logan or Wolverine will show up with X-23.
Yeah, they got to bring that whole Void cast back. They got to bring them all back. We know that they all survived. I need Wesley. I need what's her name? Jessica Biel.
Yes.
Yeah, or Jennifer Garner. Jennifer Garner. I need them to bring Jennifer Garner back. I need I need that whole Void cast to come back for this. I agree with you. I agree.
And I think that'll like the destruction of their universe, I think will be the excuse on why they come together. That, you know what I mean? That'll be part of the plot. But that's just my prediction. Obviously, we know Marvel has completely destroyed the barriers between the multiverses, so anything is possible. They can literally do anything.
Yeah. And so now it's just a question about what will they do? You know what I mean? I agree with Triage. I don't want that much fan service as Deadpool Wolverine, though. Although
yes,
I enjoyed
correct.
it.
I want freaking adventure storytelling, a good development. You know what I mean? I want to be excited. I don't want to be bored.
Yes, I want to be
pleased.
I want emotional highs. I want emotional lows. You know, I want all that action that they're talking about is really going to bring. But I definitely, you know, the amount of emotional turmoil that Doom is going to bring, I need to see that reflected in the characters. You know
what he does.
Exactly. I need to see that turmoil reflected in them. I need to see that race against time. I need to feel that sense of urgency.
We know, even just a little taste of it. We know that he's may take oh my god, not Timothy,
Franklin.
Sue Storm's child.
Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah, I don't know where Timothy came from.
Thank him. Timothy, the lady will go wanting.
Anyway, he's gonna kidnap a toddler, so.
Yeah. But no, man, this is gonna be great. It better be. I need more than great with them, though. I need more than great. But then I also need them to keep the momentum going into Secret Wars. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming out for another amazing week. Appreciate the work that you guys all do with these episodes. It's been absolutely amazing. We're gonna keep rocking. We're gonna keep riding. We're gonna keep talking about these updates as they come out.
Absolutely.
This guy, like I said, there has to be more teasers. They have to be more teasers coming along there. Leading up to the trailer, I think that the first trailer should drop maybe about 2 months before the film drop. So we shall see. Guys, please, if you enjoy what you guys have heard here, please like, comment, subscribe. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please tune in. Check us out on IG, on our Instagram, The Super Breakdown, on there as well, where we keep you guys updated. We drop reels and clips from this. If you guys have made a comment in this, please look out for that popping up in a few reels, because you guys have made some amazing comments that led to some awesome mini discussions. We look forward to you guys coming back out next week. Stay tuned to our IG. We will be letting you guys know who we will be talking about, who or what we will be talking about next week on the Super Breakdown podcast. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demon god, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy himself, Jason M40. Guys, we love you guys, and as always, remember, fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Yeah.
Power Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom, chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage sketches stories, threads of the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films all rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg's exposed. Marvel to DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. We're the narrators of myths, the keepers of old. Anime battles, box office wars. We dig for the gems, open the doors. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride.